G'day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Okay, sorry to all my Australian watchers. 5, 6, 1 of you. But yeah, the reason why I started that intro with that awesome Australian accent and my awesome Outback hat that it's the only one I could find, is because I am reviewing Fair Game. Fair Game, it's blurry. It's from Umbrella Entertainment, which is obviously an Australian company. They have released Fair Game on Blu-ray and also on DVD, but I have the Blu-ray. And what's special about this review, if you're wondering why I'm not over at my normal channel, I'm actually doing the review for the other website I work on, cultsploitation.com, which I will talk a little bit about after the review. So, without further ado, Fair Game. So, the idea behind Fair Game is that there is a woman, her name is Jessica, played by the absolutely beautiful Cassandra Delaney. Delaney? Cassandra Delaney? Anyway, she's on. She is so she's a woman, she runs a sanctuary for animals, so a nature sanctuary, and there's a group of hunters that have come on her land, and they are hunting her kangaroos. And obviously, she does not like that, and she kind of runs into them, and they don't take too kindly to a woman telling these guys, macho guys, what to do. So they kind of, tell her off and terrorize her a little bit, and so she gets back at them, but like sabotaging the weapons and stuff like that, and then they get back at her, but they go extremely overboard with what they do. It's actually kind of a hard scene to watch. There's some nudity in it, and normally with Cassandra, I would be, yeah, nudity, but the scene is, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. And so the torture escalates, and they start damaging her property, and they start just terrorizing her over and over again. They start killing her animals, and they don't actually rape her. There's no rape in the movie, so it's not like I spit on your grave kind of thing where, the really hard rape beginning and then revenge. But there is the torture and the terrorizing and the property damage. And killing the animals kind of pushes her over the edge, and that's when she kind of takes a stand against these guys. And what's neat about Fair Game is that it's not very predictable, because everything I thought would happen in the movie doesn't actually happen. Like, I'm like, oh, well, this is going to happen, and then it actually doesn't happen, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's surprising. So, yeah, it is kind of a cliche story in that the woman being terrorized and then taking revenge, but I love those movies. I love seeing a strong female character take revenge against these, I almost said the F word, assholes. And you just cheer for her. I just love strong female characters. And Fair Game is one of those movies. It's not overly violent, like there's not a lot of gore, but there is a few scenes that are a little shocking. A little inside joke there if you've seen the movie. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a really gory film. And like I said, there is some nudity. There is one scene where, like I said, it's hard to watch, but there's also, other scenes where, she's nude and it's not a really awkward scene. And God bless her for never wearing underwear for some reason out in the Outback. I guess you don't wear underwear. I would assume there would be some moisture issues. But yeah, that is Fair Game. So, I definitely liked the movie. The movie was awesome. It was 86 minutes, not a super long film, but it plays out really quick. As for the Blu-ray from Umbrella Entertainment, it actually is quite a few special features on it. There's the auto commentary with the director and the writer, Rob George. Is the writer. Director is Mario, oh boy, Andrea Chio. That's what I'm going to call him. I didn't listen to the audio commentary. Sorry for anyone that's interested in knowing what the audio commentary is, but I assume it's good. I just don't have time sometimes to listen to audio commentaries. I did watch the extended interview with Cassandra, which is actually taken from the Not Quite Hollywood documentary that was shot in 2008, and it actually is available on Blu-ray from Umbrella Entertainment as well. Yeah, I believe actually we might have reviewed it on Cultsploitation, so give it a search and see if it's on there. I think Ryan, my fellow co-creator of the website, reviewed it. So yeah, as for the extended interview, Cassandra is still looking really freaking amazing. There was also on location, which would be some vintage. It was some vintage behind the scene location shots. It was mostly the destruction around the farm, the sanctuary, and stuff like that. There was 2 behind the scenes TV reports from 1985. One was NWS 9 Action News, and the other one was ADS 7 State Affair. And the NWS 9 Action News was basically just kind of showing some of the stunt work and stuff like that. But the State Affair one, they actually had an interview with Cassandra. A little short interview, it wasn't anything super long. And then the other feature is behind the scenes with Dean Bennett. I believe Dean Bennett was at I think what it said at the beginning, he was like at a convention or something like that, and the director of Fair Game was there and invited him over to the set to record some behind the scenes footage. It's actually fairly long. I think it was over an hour of behind the scenes footage, so it was pretty interesting. We have the theatrical trailer, we have an image gallery, behind the scenes stills, rare production promotion, blah blah blah, animated storyboard, and last but not least is the director's short films. We have Vandalism, which is 1981, Break-In, 1983, Taken by Storm, 1984, Abduction, ... Who's Next? 1984 again, and Under Pressure, 1986. They were about, all of them all together was about an hour and a half, and I managed to get through a few minutes of them. I'm not a huge short film fan of directors, because usually they're kind of, I don't want to sound rude, but artsy-fartsy bullshit. Sorry, it's just my opinion. But, you know, hey, if you like them, they're here. So yeah, so then that is it. That is it. The audio is 2.0 DTS HD, master audio. Nice and loud. Dialogue was nice and loud as well. Action didn't, what's the word that I'm thinking of? It does not overpower the dialogue. And the aspect ratio is 1:85:1. So it's 69 widescreen. As for the cover, see it there? I know, sorry, it's a little blurry. Here, let me move in closer, and I will adjust the... oh, that's the wrong one. And here, I'll move back a little bit, because man, this is really hard to do. Okay, there it is. So that's the cover. Woo! It has the, oh god, that's still blurry. It has the kind of large Australian ratings that everyone hates, but thankfully, we have a reverse slip. It's the same cover, but it doesn't have the large ratings. Woohoo! If you lived in Canada, it would be French. So yeah, so that's it. There's no booklet or anything like that, but that's what you get. I almost forgot, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. There actually was one issue that I found with the Blu-ray. During scene transitions, there was a lot of, it was jittery. Like, it would actually slow down, and it would be like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. like that. It was jittery. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because, what is the format? I mean, it's 1080p. It's region free. I didn't have any issue with that. And I'm positive it's NTSC. It's not PAL. I don't think Blu-ray can. Blu-ray is always NTSC, maybe? I don't know. So it does say region free in the back. But yeah, I noticed that. I noticed some scene jitter. It started, I first noticed it when she was escaping from the guys and they kind of go into the rock quarry kind of area and trying to hunt her down. And it's almost like slow motion, and it would like jitter. And then it went away for a while, and then it would come back, and then just all the way to the end. And it was always like with a scene cut. It would cut to a different scene, and the scene would just jitter. It would be slow. So I don't know if that's on just my copy. I don't know if it's on every copy. I mean, it doesn't really take away from the film, but it's purists love their pristine Blu-ray releases. Can't have issues. Recall. But anyway, so yeah. So I'm not even gonna factor that into the score because I don't give a shit. I am going to give the movie my Blu-ray? I'm going to give the movie a 8.5 because I really enjoyed it. The only issues I had with it could have been a little more gory, I guess. That would have been nice. Would have been. There was a few times where it could have been a little more gory. She also does some really stupid stuff at times. I don't know, she like gets terrorized constantly, and then what does she do after she gets back to her house? I'm gonna get naked and take a shower, even though I think people might be out there after me. Like, stop getting naked! Yeah, I mean, it's nothing major. As for the Blu-ray, actually, I'd give it a 9. Nothing. Sorry about that, people. My camera just stopped recording for some apparent reason. So what I was saying is I gave the Blu-ray a 9. I was saying nothing's ever perfect on my review scale. I don't know. I mean, I have rated some things 10, but I mean, I guess I should not make it a 10 because there is the jitter, like I said. But so 9, and what did I give the movie? 8.5, I think. Yeah, so like an 8.7. I guess on Cultsploitation we do it a little differently, don't we? So it'd be 90% and it would be 85%, and then we combine them, we divide to carry the 1, divide it by 3, take a subtraction of it, carry it over. What's pi again? 3.14. Yeah, so it'd be like 87%. So, yeah, that's it. Umbrella Entertainment. Fair game. Boom. Check it out. Let me bring up my phone here and find out what the prices are for you guys. It is currently on Amazon.com. It is $31. Yeah, $31 on Amazon.com. There are only 9 in stock. Still recording, yep. And on Amazon.ca, it's $38. There are none in stock, which is typical of Amazon.ca. They don't actually carry stock. All they do is just sell you empty boxes with air in them. And on actual Umbrella's website, it's Australian dollars. It's $34.99, so it's actually cheaper on the Australian website. I don't even think shipping is that bad. So, yeah. You know what? You might as well, I say buy from Umbrella. Support the company. They do great work. So that's what I say. And that's it. That's my review. Okay. I was going to tell you about Cultsploitation. Cultsploitation.com is a new website that a fellow friend of mine, Ryan Barber, who also writes on the Moon is a Dead World.net. We came together. We built a website for, you guessed it, cult films. We do reviews, we do some news, not a lot of news because we don't get a lot of news, but we do a fair amount of reviews. We're always looking for writers. If you go to cultsploitation.com, you'll see on the right hand side, you'll see Write for Us. You can click it and send us an email if you want to write. We're not looking for super amazing writers or anything like that because I'm definitely not a super amazing writer or YouTube reviewer. And so it doesn't pay. Unless they have done sexual favors over the internet now, because that would be about all we could afford. So, but yeah, you know, I don't know, we just want really to build a really close-knit community website, because I find that a lot of websites, a lot of smaller websites, they're just no promotion. They get shit on all the time by bigger sites like Bloody Disgusting and Dread Central, both two stupid, shitty-ass sites that everyone goes to. But yeah, so Cultsploitation. I think you should definitely check it out. I think you'll like it, and if you're a writer, send us an email, tell us you want to write for free, and we'll get you set up. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the entire review and my shitty Australian accent. I'm sorry. I'm stopping it now. Bye.